Thank you so much for joining us today on our 66th edition of Lunch Out Loud Ottawa. My name is Nick Pachuski.
I'm Andrew Miller.
And of course, Lunch Out Loud Ottawa is the podcast that talks to the people, places, events, and music that make Ottawa the incredible city that it is. And before we get to Pat, Rocco, and Larissa from Bottega Nicastro, why don't we check this out?
Hi, this is Finn from Crimsonics, and you're listening to Lunch Out Loud Ottawa. You're about to hear a few songs from us, including our recently released single, You're Just One, an old favorite of ours, Minefield, and the debut of a new song, Dog Eat Dog. You can pick up all of these for free at crimsonics.bandcamp.com, or come out to a show. We're playing this Saturday, March 29th at Cafe Detcuff, and April 2nd at Oliver's Pub on Carleton University campus. Enjoy the show. You called me up the night you were gone. You said I'm going to the bar and I'm not coming home. Then it's done, there's no time, 'cause you hung up the phone. And I can't help but wonder if this isn't just the first time.
All right, so thank you so much, Crimsonics. That was a great song, You're Just the One. So, of course, watch them Saturday. They're open up for Fiona Noakes' band at Cafe Detcuff. So, of course, big news this week was Blues Fest coming out with their lineup.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I think early bird tickets already sold out this morning, which is unfortunate, but still, I think
that's quick.
It was very quick, but $20 per show. There's 10 days. So it's still pretty good. Do you guys like going to Blues Fest?
Yeah, I've been a few times. It's fun. Yeah,
it's a fun time.
Yeah, it is good.
I'm a fan. I managed to get out at least once a year.
Once a year?
It's like my break even. Actually, you know what? I've never been more than once. Last year I went the first day.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm off to a great start. I didn't make it the rest of the week. The year before I went the last day. This year I'm going to try and go at least twice.
I'm kind of the same every year. I see the lineup. I was like, I'll go that day. And then life happens, I guess.
Any bands that you're looking forward to see? Did you get a chance to check out the lineup yet?
I haven't made any decisions yet, but yeah, definitely check it out.
And so Pat hasn't made any decisions yet. All right, so we're at the awesome Bottega Nicastro downtown on George Street. And first, like we like to get to do with all of our guests, is get to know them a bit more. Where did you grow up in Ottawa? Where do you live now? And your kind of favorite things about living in that area of Ottawa?
So I grew up in Ottawa. We were born and raised here.
We're talking to Pat here, Pat Nicastro.
Yes, I'm Pat from La Bottega. And yeah, we were born here and born in this business pretty much, working with my dad on our store on Gladstone since I was 12 years old.
12 years old.
Yeah, started working in the olive department.
Nice.
Serving olives, yeah, and in Centertown. So there, yeah, born in Ottawa, went to high school in Ottawa, lived in Ottawa, and when I graduated university, I opened La Bottega. That was 20 years ago, and I'm still here. Yeah.
What did you take in university?
I took a Bachelor of Commerce.
Okay.
Yeah.
With the vision to get skills to progress further.
Yeah, I always knew I'd be involved somehow in the family business, and actually my fourth year business project was La Bottega.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, so that's what I... Yeah, that was
so
my fourth
like
year.
an entrepreneurship class? Or
yeah, I was in marketing and small business.
Oh, that's good.
So that's our second downtown store that kind of happened like that too. Normal. Jan from Normal started it as a business school. So that was pretty interesting.
Well, it's good to know that school did good for some people.
It did, yeah. No, you know what?
There's a lot of people we interview where they took something and they're in a completely different direction. But
100%, like accounting and all that stuff, you do use it. Mm-hmm. It's important, and yeah, I'm glad I got my my education and then jumped right into back into retail.
University of Ottawa?
Carleton.
The Ravens. Go Ravens.
Yeah.
And Rocco, yourself?
Yeah, I actually grew up, same neighborhood as Pat, Carleton Heights. Two streets over. All our aunts and uncles kind of live in the same neighborhood. grew up there. Went to Carlton U as well. Sort of the same thing as Pat. I started working in the store. I actually started working at La Bottega. I was 12 or 13 at the time. He had just opened it up, and so I went on weekends to help him out.
Yeah.
And my mom would drop me off on Saturdays after Italian school, and then I'd work Saturdays, Sundays. Went to Carleton, studied business as well, did BCom as well, finance and marketing, and then just decided at the end of my program, sort of between my 4th and 5th year, because I was there an additional year because I did a marketing as well, so I took a few extra courses, and sort of between 4th and 5th year, I started to realize what direction I didn't want to head in.
Did Pat kind of guide you towards what you...
No, there was never any pressure. No
pressure
from my family. When I was younger, I used to think I never want to get involved in the family business.
Yeah.
Because you're always surrounded by it. You feel almost like inundated sometimes by all the stuff going on.
Yeah.
But no pressure at all from anybody, from Pat, from my family.
What ultimately led you to wanting to work at Bottega Nicastro then?
To be honest, I just followed what I thought would make me the happiest. So a few different reasons, but I just followed my heart.
I think
And
it's in our blood too.
Yeah, it
it's
must
really,
be. Yeah.
It's really hard. Like we're fifth generation grocers.
Wow.
This is what we do. This is what we know, and same thing with me. I never really knew what I wanted to do, but things just fall into place, and I think you do what you love, and you do what you're passionate about.
Yeah,
and you do something that excites you, and I mean, yeah, this store's been 20 years. It doesn't feel like it's been 20 years, but yeah.
And that's what we'll get into with you later. It's just not a grocery store. You get to see, and I see from your degrees, it definitely translates into having a grander vision going, we could just be grocers, it could be this, but there's also grander plans, and Ottawa allows us to do these. And
Lords of the Sandwich, my girlfriend referred to you guys today.
Lords of the Sandwich?
Yeah.
I've never heard that one.
We got some cool titles. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah, and some really good espresso, as we just had upstairs, too.
Yeah, from Illy.
Do you guys still have a bunch of family in Carlton Heights? I'm assuming you do.
Yeah, we're all
I do a lot of business
Our
there.
parents
And,
still live there.
Our parents don't live there.
yeah, I tell people that's the real Little Italy in Ottawa.
It is. Yeah.
I find everybody is there.
Or they started there, and I mean that's where I don't live in Carlton Heights anymore. I moved to Manotick, but I still bring my daughters to school in Carlton Heights because that's the hood. Yeah,
elementary school or
yeah, elementary school. They're there, and it's
wonderful.
funny. I have a bunch of friends that did the same. They moved out of the area, but they all bring their kids back to school there.
And I have a lot of clients that used to live there. They moved away, and now they want to move back into there. And a lot of nice big houses going up in that area.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the lot sizes in that neighborhood are a little bit bigger than most spots in Ottawa. So
Yeah.
Great
That's
neighborhood,
it.
yeah.
and are they taking Italian classes as well?
Yeah, Saturday mornings, my daughters do Italian school. And
What age is Italian school?
It starts
available
about regular school. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe grade 1 they start, and you can keep going.
up until high school, or
I think you can. I mean, not many of us ever went all the way to high school. I think after a while,
No,
you
my
kind of.
parents forced me to go to high school. I wanted
you did?
I wanted to work. I wanted to go and make money on Saturday mornings
Go to
at the
Italian
store.
school.
But I'd go to Italian school, then, which was at St. Pius,
yeah.
which is where I went to high school. So I was there like 6 days a week. It was crazy.
Well, that's good. Do you guys speak Italian at home then as well?
A little bit, yeah, we still do. I mean, in the store, we still have a lot of Italian clients that come here. Yeah, it's surprising. This location, we get so many Italian people, and
Young and old too.
Young and old.
Younger generations, older generations.
Well, it's good. It's good to
Yeah.
keep that culture
Oh, for
aspect
sure.
of sure.
where's everybody going to be watching the World Cup this year? Where do all
I'm
the
lucky enough
Italians-
to be in Italy this year.
the whole thing. Or
I'm
just
there
like-
the most of the month of July, so
Wow.
yeah, I'll be there, and hopefully they do well, Italy, so we'll have some good cheering
Great
going on.
place to watch it.
tough
Yeah,
division
sure.
in Calabria.
Yeah, our family's from Calabria, and
Yeah.
we're
That's
gonna
awesome. I love it
get away
in
down there.
town squares in Italy when everybody gets together.
That'll be
It can't
wild,
be
eh?
that.
Yeah, it's easy.
Wow.
Yeah.
And Larissa, what about yourself?
We're joined with Larissa, who is a recent acquiree of La Bottega Nicastro. What do you do at Bottega?
I take care of catering, events, lots of little things. Yeah, I think like working
the
here
least.
when it's a small team, everybody takes care of a lot of little things, right? You have your main roles, but then it's we all share roles, but mostly catering and events.
That's good.
Yeah.
And you came born and raised in Ottawa?
Yeah, Well, I was born in Edmonton, actually, but I came here when I was young. So raised here, then went to school in Montreal, and then came back here to work in my field that I studied, and went to Italy, fell in love with everything Italian, and came back and wanted to start working in something Italian. So that was about 10 years ago.
Where in Italy did you fall in love
8
with
years.
Italian?
Oh, Tuscany.
Tuscany?
Under the Tuscan sun.
Did you watch the movie before you went?
I don't know if it was before I went or after. I must have been before.
Oh, really?
Because when it was happening to me, I'm like, oh my God, like this is actually...
Diane Lane. Was it Diane Lane?
I think so,
Great
yeah.
Roberto Benigni is my favorite
Yeah.
actor of all time. I've watched every single movie he's put out, and the new movie that just won the
Grande Bellezza.
is in the Great Beauty.
Yeah.
That just won
Some award.
the best
Academy Award, yeah.
Oscar. Yeah.
the Oscar
Wow.
for foreign film. So
Oh,
great
I'll have
movies
to
from
watch
Italy.
that.
And watch all Roberto Benigni films.
Yeah.
He's the funniest man I've ever seen in my life.
Remember when he won the Oscar? When he won an
Yeah.
Oscar
Yes.
for
It's the greatest,
Oh,
greatest
it's
speech
fun,
ever.
yeah.
He stood on the chairs and like ran down.
Just
Greatest
so,
speech.
yeah.
I still watch
so
that.
happy.
It's still
yeah. Mm-hmm.
awesome. It's the happiest guy in the world. It's great. All right.
So what brought you back to Ottawa from Montreal?
Work. I got a job with the Ottawa Hospital, University of Ottawa, doing healthcare research.
Oh.
And I hated it.
Yeah.
Like, I just, I'd always worked in some sort of restaurant, food, wine capacity. Like, my first job, I was 17 years old, was at Time and Again, right? Catering. And so you get, like, little tastes of it, and you came back during the summers, and I worked at various restaurants and cooking schools. And then I just realized that's what I really loved, and I had to give it a good shot. So I came back, and that was 8 years ago. I started working at a restaurant, and then I worked for a catering company, and then I came here. So,
Oh, that's good.
yeah.
She met us.
Yeah. And the rest is history.
And she couldn't get rid of the food, so she's like, I just have to be here all the time. I need to see this.
Well, I started coming in, like, I was selling them wine, and I have a lot of wine customers in the market, and so I would always come in. It was like my break. Like, I'd come in, like, have a coffee, like, break, chat, leave. They're like, oh, need another coffee. Come in. I just got to know them, and
What's funny is we weren't buying wines from Eddie, but we were buying all our wines through the LCBO at that point.
Yeah.
We weren't dealing with any brokers or agents. We just didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah.
So many people would come and approach us. We'd be like, we're not interested. Somehow she just kind of under the radar snuck in.
yeah.
Took over all our wines.
We're looking
Yeah.
at wine and like,
Suddenly-
are you really buying this much, selling this much wine?
She was just hanging around until you guys bought
Yeah.
something.
We
So
buy something.
We became one of your better
persistence is
customers.
key here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how, and then we just got to know each other, and I think we were, I felt like I'd met people that were, like, on the same page. Like, I'd mention something, and they're like, oh, yeah. Like, we just, it
We knew
was
what you were
similar.
talking
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good. That's
Yeah.
what it came down to, I think,
Like,
for a
similar,
fit.
similar
our company.
passions, and,
It was just it was a really natural progression towards her becoming a part of our team here.
Right on. And it's
Yeah.
when we're seeing great translations in
Definitely.
the multiple events that are going on, and we're going to hear a bit about that later. But now let's start with what is Bottega Nicastro? What can people expect now that maybe they haven't been here in the past year? So what's new at Bottega Nicastro? What can people expect?
So I think we are where we are. We're Italian grocers first.
Yeah.
So I mean, you come here and you're going to find every Italian imaginable food product out there.
Authentic stuff.
Authentic
too. The real
and-
stuff.
Yeah, and I mean that's what we've been doing, and that's what we know. Bottega's, a lot more things. We've developed a big following with our sandwiches, which is
Everybody loves them.
it become a big lunch item, and it's the craziest time in the store, lunchtime. We have a little cafe where we serve, homemade Italian meals, and we serve wine. We serve Prosecco and prosciutto now. It's Larissa's joint. It's changed it around, and so there's, we do catering and events. The events are cooking classes, and those have been going on for the last few years, and they've become so popular. Like, our cooking classes are, they're fun. They're once a week, and
So they're once a week now.
Once a week, yeah.
Used
Oh,
to be
wow.
once a month.
Some
Now they're
even-
like once.
Some
once a
twice,
week.
sometimes twice a week. Yeah,
You're seeing major demand for that in Ottawa.
It's
People
incredible.
are loving that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we've got a wine. We've got a cooking class tonight. Saturday we have a private wine and cheese tasting after our restaurants close. Sunday we have.
So
another
people
wine
can
and
come
cheese.
to you and hire you to do private wine and cheese, or do they come here, or where are the
Both.
events held?
Yeah, both.
Yeah, we'll do them at people's houses, or they come here and we arrange it as a private event. So we'll have groups who come in. And
Oh wow.
Our offices,
Yeah.
whatever the customer wants, we make it work. Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
You never say no to anything. You're
No.
we can work out
Yes,
something here.
We've taught Larissa that. Never. say
Larissa's
no.
got lots
we'll
of time on
make
her
it work. Yeah.
Just say yes. We'll figure everything out afterwards.
Where are the cooking classes held?
They're held in the cafe in the back of our store.
Okay.
So they're 20. We have 24 seats there. The cooking classes are both. We maximize them at around 20, and they're not hands-on. So you watch the chef and you ask questions and you see him prepare the food, and then you get to enjoy the meal that he's made for everybody. And we match the meal with wines.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really
So-
nice.
And it's
Yeah.
always different foods, always
They're
different.
always
Yeah.
different, yeah. So now we've got like probably maybe 5-6 different chefs that are
Oh, wow.
on board, yeah. And they once they do one, they get hooked too, and they want to do another one right away. They enjoy it.
And
Yeah,
do they
that is
work
fun.
elsewhere in?
Oh yeah,
in the
yeah. Like
community
I
as
mean,
well?
oh for sure. We have one that sold out pretty fast. Is Renee from Navarra Restaurant?
Guys
Yeah.
are killing it on
He's
top
killing
shift.
it. Yeah,
Chef,
he's
eh?
doing so
Just
good, and
watched that last night.
How proud are you of that? He's killing it.
Yeah,
It's
doing
awesome.
really well.
he's amazing. He's one of our good customers.
Yeah.
He buys a lot of food here for his restaurant, and he's
Yeah.
become a great friend. So he's been doing a few classes, and people love them, And this new one that he's actually doing is Italian.
When's Renee doing the next one? I got to sign up for that one.
I think it might be sold out.
Yeah.
Of course it will.
It's
Check
so
it
First
out.
bad.
one was an instant hit.
Yeah.
First class.
And this one's already sold out. The next
What's
one.
the cost associated for people that want
They
to?
start the wine classes start at $55 a person.
Okay.
And depends on the class, they can go up. I mean, the most expensive is Renee's, and that's $100. But that includes your meal, your
Yeah.
wine, your instructions,
Renee.
recipes,
It
and
includes
Renee.
Okay.
All the
You
ladies.
get some hair.
Yeah.
Wait,
a lock of
his
his
hair.
hair.
You get a lock of his hair.
How?
The average class is $65. That's the base.
Okay, and how can people sign up for these? Or
So you can call the store and sign up, or you can email us at events@labottega.ca, and then we'll get back to you and sign you up.
Easy. I
Yeah.
love it. And I saw online you are paired up with Shopify, so that's another awesome local pairing.
Yeah, of course.
we've had a good-
Bottega.ca. So
Yeah, we've had a great relationship with Shopify.
Actually, Harley was here for lunch today.
Yeah, cool.
One of their main guys.
yeah, no, Harley's a great
And,
guy.
yeah, and they've set up our website and our e-commerce, and yeah, we're really thankful because that's working out well too.
Are you
Have
doing
you-
well with orders across Canada for
Yeah.
the authentic?
Yeah, a
so
lot
that's
of it
another
is-
branch
a
of
lo-
it. I love what
The
you guys
funny
do.
thing is, a lot of it is local.
Yeah,
You'd be surprised how many people will order and they're from Ottawa.
Yeah.
Whether it be gift cards, whether it be baskets or anything, it's a lot of the stuff online is local too. So.
have you found that a tough transition going towards some online sales? Or
You know what? It's easy because we're a brick and mortar store and we have everything in front of
Yeah.
us. We have so much inventory. We're the stuff we have online. We're never out of stock of it. So no, it hasn't been that tough. No.
well, that's
do
good.
you envision that on becoming a bigger aspect of?
I think if we spent more
Time
energy
marketing,
and
yeah.
time in
Yeah.
marketing it, yes, for sure. For now, it's just an extra thing that we do, and it's not close to our main business at all. But
What I really liked is when I went online and saw you had something that you were the first of its kind. It was maybe a prosciutto or something like that, and it was the first of your kind. And somebody's like from Alberta's, can I get that? And you're right away. Of course you can send
Sure,
an
yeah.
email info at Bottega Nicastro.
yeah, we got another one today. The same thing. Can you ship out to the U.S.? I'm like, yeah, we can do it.
Absolutely, I love it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Anyways, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to one more song from Crimsonics, and we'll be right back with Pat Rocco and Larissa. This one's Minefield off Delights at Arcus Amphitheater EP. So hopefully you enjoy this one. We'll be right back. All right, thank you so much, Don. I forgot to introduce you. That's thanks for letting us know about Detroit Soul Food. Can't wait to check that place out.
For sure.
Love waffles, love chicken. Goes together pretty well. Goes together pretty well. So, Pat and Rocco, you're
tough fun and ties in me. I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
Thanks, Nick. Sorry for the hiatus last week. This week we're going to talk about Detroit soul food. So we're talking pancakes and sausage, biscuits and gravy. We're going to be talking about chicken and waffles, fried chicken, mac and cheese, black-eyed peas. We're talking about catfish, chicken waffle stick. In other words, a certain gentleman by the name of Leroy Walden, who people may know as the owner-proprietor of the original Gene Albert Soul Food restaurant on the corner of Bank and Somerset. Well, he last summer he went towards a food truck. He started selling his patented fried chicken from the truck, but he decided it wasn't for him, so he's back to brick and mortar. He's now set up at 707 Gladstone, which used to be a Taco Lot location called Hang 10, which was run by John Raleigh Rowe, but it's now switched over to serve soul food. But if you go to the location, the surfboards are still there, the decor is still Hang 10, but Leroy's doing his best to slowly convert it to something more Gene Albert's, actually. So Jen and I went last week. We loved our fried chicken. The fried chicken pieces, the dark meat pieces, were incredibly succulent. It was crispy, well-seasoned crust, highly recommended. The fried chicken and waffles, I found the fried chicken a little dry, but the coating was incredibly crispy, wonderfully thick, and extremely well seasoned. Mix it up with some maple syrup and waffles, and you got a nice treat. It's not a really healthy treat, but you gotta feed the soul sometime. So right now, Leroy's a one-man show. He's doing his best. He's set up. He's actually good. He's actually starting a delivery service. If you live within 10 to 15 minutes of Gladstone, 707 Gladstone, you may be lucky enough to call in 613-709-FOODS, which is 3663, and you can get delivery from Detroit Soul Food. The reason why Leroy will only allow a 10-15 minute radius, which is a couple kilometers, is because he doesn't want his fried chicken to get cold or soggy. And you got to get the good stuff, right? It's soul food. On the weekends, he does catfish, collards, hush puppies. Sometimes he does ribs. If he doesn't, you might find some smothered gravy pork chops on the menu. His cornbread pancakes are back. So for those of us who remember Gene Albert's, when it was in Kempville, and then when it moved to Ottawa, Leroy sold packaged mixes for his cornbread, so you can actually make the cornbread pancakes at home. Those are back, and I quite like them because they're just slightly sweet. It's a good thing. So check out Detroit Soul Food. It's about time Ottawa starts looking to a good fried chicken.
All right, thank you so much, Don. I forgot to introduce you. Thanks for letting us know about Detroit Soul Food. Can't wait to check that place out.
For sure.
Love waffles, love chicken. Goes together pretty well. So, Pat and Rocco, you're very big in the community with Bottega Nicastro. Everybody knows what it is. We get it mentioned on our show several times.
Yeah.
So what kind of charities do you help out with? What are some of the other events that you like to participate in the city?
So a charity that's close to our heart is Villa Marconi, which is an Italian old age home.
Okay.
So we actually have an uncle there.
I help shoot the best laid plans there.
Oh, perfect. Okay. And that's one of our, a charity that we support a lot. We try to support a lot of Italian events and charities that happen in the city, and one that Rocco really has taken care of the last few years is Toy Mountain. So that's
Toy Mountain.
Yeah,
which is right around Christmas time. We partner up with Fernando Cellini, who's our friends of ours. They have a hair salon in the market. Great guys. They started the event like 8 years ago.
Well, they started the
Toy Mountain Winter Glam, they call it, 8 years ago, and it's grown into what it is today. So we partnered with them a couple of years back, and it's been a great experience. So what we've done is we're trying to give more to instead of giving a bit to a large group of individuals, we try and partner up with select organizations, select charities, and give a little more to them. Which the offset is we have to say no to quite a few people, but they're fairly understanding. I mean, if we have organizations, especially in the Italian community, we like to help with them. Good customers of ours, who we've seen, years and years. We like to thank them if they're involved in charitable organizations. We'll usually help them out, but it's a daily basis, daily battle saying no, which it hurts. But I mean, we have, we have to stay within our constraints as well.
You do.
Oh,
You do.
absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
And $20,000 last year raised.
We raised $20,000, at the Toy Mountain event this past December.
Nice.
Which
in
was
gifts
great.
for less fortunate children.
Yeah, so basically we go with the money, we go to Toys R Us, we buy toys, and we donate them to...
That must have been fun.
Toy Mountain. Yeah, that was pretty fun when spending $20,000 in a toy
I
store.
bet.
Instead of buying olive oils and cheese and
Different,
Yeah.
like Legos and...
Back to your childhood.
Barbies.
yeah.
Actually, Larissa was at a charity event last night. That
Yeah,
was
we
pretty
did.
cool.
Brook Street?
No, we did 13 Strings. They're
13
fully based on fundraising. So 13 Strings Orchestra. So that was an event at Koyman Gallery. So there was a few restaurants and wineries. So we did our Parmigiano Reggiano bar for that event. So
Is that what you did at the Nuovo, the open?
Yes, we did
Yes.
something like that.
Unbelievable.
yeah.
If anybody's having an event, that is one. It gets people talking around the Parmesan, and the dips are
We got
incredible.
so many tweets about it last night while she
Yeah,
Oh,
was
yeah.
there. It was crazy. Yeah, people loved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's incredible. How much are those things going for these days?
A Reggiano is about $1,000 a piece. Yeah.
Wow. See, that's what I said when
Yeah.
we looked up
That's
saw
a good
some of the
guess.
big blocks. I said, I bet you that's about $1,000.
Yeah.
I owe you $5 for that now.
Yeah.
All right, and major. Well, when I first saw you guys, and I said, "Wow, those guys are passionate about what they're doing. These guys are great for this show, and we need to showcase them a little more in Ottawa." Not that you needed it, because everybody knows who you are. But your new location coming up at near Preston Street,
Right.
at the bottom of the new Domicile Nuovo. If you can tell us a bit about how that came about and what we can expect there, because that's going to be incredible.
Sure. So we partnered up with Domicile, and we're taking the whole ground floor of their new Nuovo condo. We're excited. We're gonna do basically the same stuff we have at Bottega in the market, but it'll be a little more modern, a little more up to date. We'll have a better style setup, cooking school, lunch counter, wine bar. So we're excited, yeah.
And don't forget the mozzarella bar.
The mozzarella bar is happening, yeah.
you
We'll be
remembered
making
that.
mozzarella
Of course I
bars.
remember that.
Yeah, so
You were listening.
I was listening to you guys.
yeah, that'll be a first here in the city. Hopefully by then we'll have perfected it. But yeah,
Do we have an expected date yet for this yet?
we're it's about 1.5 years away.
Okay.
I mean, there's a lot of variables.
Oh, yeah,
So
absolutely.
the condo has to go up first. The building.
Yeah, that would help.
That would help.
Yeah. So
How do you guys feel about the development that's been going on and continuously going on in Little Italy right now?
We love it. We're excited. We were our original store was in Little Italy on Gladstone, and we're excited to be back down there. And what's happening? This is the perfect time to come in. I mean, there's so much
for sure.
development at that end, and yeah, I think there's a need for something like what we do.
And there's great restaurants down there. And
Yeah, and we complement them, right? We're not
Absolutely.
a restaurant. We're a bit of a retailer. We're a lunch counter. There's lots going on. So I think everybody down there work together well.
How many locations do you have now?
So La Bottega is only one. My
Yeah.
family there's a few locations across the city, but we're all independently owned.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so
That's why I wasn't sure because
Yeah.
Nick had mentioned we're doing Nicastro's and La Bottega, and I was like, they're the same people.
yeah,
So-
it's a
I didn't
big
actually
family.
because I always just see La Bottega, the big sign, and somebody said that means store
It means boutique.
boutique. There you go. I was
The
but-
boutique, yeah.
When the families get together for Christmas, is it just talk about shop and the prices and trade wars, or do we get down to talking about some other
we try
other
not
things?
to talk about business. Yeah, when we're at a party and stuff, everybody, we all get along, and but we do our own things, and when we get together, we don't talk much business.
Are they all AC Milan fans as well, or do
We are
maybe
all-
one of they're
no,
Juventus?
no,
They're
no.
AC.
All
And then
AC Milan.
Okay.
There's no choice.
Why?
Our
Yeah.
fathers.
We're born. It's like born into a religion or just born
Yeah,
into
you
a
get
religion.
disowned
You
if
have no
you
choice.
try to do change.
Born an AC Milan fan.
There is no Inter Milan fans allowed in the family.
No, they'd be the black sheep.
We were talking earlier that you have people calling from, or emailing from different parts of the country wanting some of your products. Where do you guys outsource all your products? Where do you get everything?
So the majority of our products are Italian, but
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere from Europe, we have probably the best selling products that are out of Europe. We go to Italy a few times a year
To scout out.
to scout out. We go to trade shows. We import a lot of the stuff ourselves,
Wow.
and that helps and it keeps us more competitive. We got to compete against the big guys that are.
Yeah.
So we bring in a lot of special, different products. Some
What
high
are some
quality.
examples for
We bring in
some recent acquisitions?
We bring
you're
in
proud of?
some new some pastas from a small region. It's made out of egg and it's exceptional. Once you try it,
What kind of pasta is this?
Oh, this is called Campofilone. It's a small little area in Italy, and they're still made by hand. And
that's cool.
yeah, once you taste it, you taste the difference. We bring in olive oils from Tuscany, balsamics from Modena, and a lot of them we package now under our own labels.
Yeah.
Their own
When did
brand.
the own label start for Nicastro?
That probably started about 10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I started that.
You
And,
started that?
Yeah, I started that, and it's really taken off for us. So we got your everyday, well-priced products, and then we get your high-end, different, exciting, a little more expensive products. So we got a taste for everybody.
So it's a learning
that's
experience every single day for you guys. I love it. It's
Yeah.
it's advancement. It's going to be great. Any other exciting things coming up that we should promote right now?
Events.
coming
Larissa
on.
has got
Events.
some great events.
We
planned.
always have a great schedule of wine tastings. We do an introduction to wine and cheese,
Okay.
Italian wine and cheese. But then now we have sparkling wines of Italy and antipasto. We have wines of southern Italy. So that's going to be more of a spring, hopefully, spring tasting.
Yeah, if it ever happens.
yeah.
Barely tomorrow it might
Exactly.
be.
No, it's not happening.
Yeah, so events, we're just slowly, this was our first year really introducing the wine classes, and those are doing really, really well on top of the cooking classes. So that's catering is just growing. So
What time are the wine tasting events?
what's great is they're always Sunday afternoons.
Sunday afternoons,
yeah,
okay.
3 to 4:30 so far, so you can come in.
Oh, that's good.
It's very casual. We have a sommelier who does it, but 6 wines, 6 little plates or 6 cheese samples, and it's wines that they're all usually private import wines, so not LCBO, but we try and move away from the regular Pinot Grigio. Right? Like, let's try a different Italian white. There's 1,000 different wines.
What's your top one right now? What if you had a chance to walk out of this room that we're in right now with a wine, because we're surrounded by wine right now? Which one would you take?
I think Falanghina is one of the Falanghina from Campania, so Amalfi Coast area. Great with mozzarella, great with salad. It's just like an all-around great wine. It's always under $20 at the LCBO, so that's really a good go-to white. I find
Sweet.
Something different.
Is there a calendar of the different events that you have on a website
Yeah.
somewhere that people can find?
It's just on our website. If you go under cooking and wine classes, they're all listed there, and we keep it up to date. And
Perfect.
Yeah.
And what's the website again, sorry?
www.labottega.ca.
Perfect.
Excellent. And you can reach you on Facebook as well. Like,
Yeah.
even if people message you on Facebook, you respond.
Yes,
That is the
Facebook.
idea of social
Oh, that's
media.
great.
Twitter,
I love it.
yes,
Twitter, people are gonna
Instagram,
get responses
everything.
from you.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today. It was an absolute pleasure.
Thank
Love what you
you.
guys
Yeah,
are doing.
thanks, guys.
Looking forward. I'll see you at any other events. I hope to see you at some of the wine tasting events.
Mm-hmm.
I have to do that before football season starts.
You got a
My
couple of
Sunday
months.
afternoons. I got a few months.
It's okay.
to
We'll have a
make it
lot
in.
of ladies at the tastings, I guess.
There you go.
All the guys at home.
There you go. And any events this weekend that we should know about that?
We have the introduction to wine and cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, it is sold out though, but they can come
And then
to
we have
other
a private
ones.
class
We have a
as well
private
on Saturday,
yeah.
which is obviously it's
But again, every Thursday cooking
Close to the
classes. So
Okay.
Every
yeah.
Thursday, right on.
And are you participating? We got the wine and food shows going on this weekend again. The first spring.
Yeah, we saw that. That's
Wine
different.
Definitely check it out for
Yeah.
sure. You're not
Yeah.
participating, or just as a guest.
Yeah, see what it's like.
See if you should go in it next year. we'll see. It's always a fun time at the convention center. So we'll see how
It is.
that
It'll be a little
utilize that.
different when it's way out
It
there.
is. It is. What else do we got going on this weekend? We got the women's show at the convention center. I will not be there.
No, me neither, unfortunately.
It'd be creepy, I guess.
Nature Nocturnes this weekend
That's
again.
right. Friday
at
night,
the
Nature
Museum of
Nocturne. Have you
Nature.
ever been there?
No.
Do you know what it is?
No idea.
It's the when they turned the Nature Museum into kind of a nightclub. So
Yeah,
all four
yeah.
floors are
DJs
open.
and whatnot, and-
DJs in different
When's
rooms.
this?
Friday
Every
night.
Friday night.
So it's only $20, but it's a great experience. You got top 40 in one room. You have deep bass in another room. So it's doing a lot of local stuff, but it's a lot of fun to. It's the best way to go and check out a museum and
Yeah,
see
absolutely.
dinosaurs.
Dancing with
That's a
dinosaurs.
fun time. Montreal. The Jays are playing in Montreal this weekend, so we have.
I saw that. What's is
It's
Montreal
a preseason.
getting another team?
No,
ever
it's
again?
preseason. It's at the Big O. It's terrible. That stadium is decrepit.
Don't go to Montreal for anything. Stay in
that'll be
Ottawa,
fun.
folks.
No, not at all. Ellis Valentine, a former Expo, is at the Clock Tower tonight. You got Head in the Heart playing at the Bronson Center. You have Dark Comedy Fest at Cafe Deadcuff, which will be fun. Andrew WK is here in Ottawa tonight. Do you know who Andrew W? He might be coming along here
Andrew
today.
WK.
Do you know him?
It sounds familiar.
He likes to party hard.
Oh, does he? Oh, there you go.
You got Spotlight 613 at Living Room again tonight, and Claude Munson at Mercury Lounge. Tonight is nuts. Busy. Friday, you got Bone Thugs and Harmony. 2 guys from it, I think.
They're still around, eh?
They're pushing it around. Amos the Transparent at Black Sheep, J.W. Jones at Rainbow, Atherton at Prest with Flight Distance. So many of our former musical acts are playing this weekend. Saturday, you have an art battle at Arts Court. Have you ever seen one of those?
Yeah, that'll be really good.
That's a lot of fun, too. So you get about 12 members that have 20. They all go beside each other. They're given a topic to paint on. They're given 20 minutes to live paint. The crowd can watch everybody do the painting. And then they raise money through that for charities.
Oh,
so that's an interesting event, too, to see the talent in that area. Silk and Lauman's playing at Gabba Hay with Matt Tamblin, so another 2 that we featured.
Yeah.
You got anything else there, Miller?
Geek Club's Tweaks, retro snowboarding event. Normally it's...
Retro snowboarding.
Yeah, you get dressed up in all your fluorescent gear and
that's fun.
and head out there. That's at 8 Ice, Top of the World puts that on.
Yeah.
It's quite a good time.
Hot tub time machine kind of thing.
The pictures of people's attire for that day are always phenomenal.
That'll be fun.
And again, hopefully the weather will cooperate a little bit and get a little warmer for people. But Grind's also on Saturday night too at Ritual. Always
Lots
a
of
good
stuff.
time there. Yeah, there's tons of things going on this weekend.
And we're big basketball fans, so I watch
March
a lot
Madness
of
continues.
A lot of March Madness.
And I
this
continue to
week.
take Nick's money.
You didn't do it last week. And so next week we're with Eric Ayout, a home inspector, because it is spring market. And with the thaw coming in, people want to get their homes inspected, make sure that there's no problems with that. So part of our home series, as you will. And so we'll listen to one brand new track from Crimsonics. This is their debut of their new single, Dog Eat Dog. Thank you so much, Crimsonics. Check them out Saturday night. Thank you so much for
thanks
having us
for,
here. It's a
Thank
pleasure.
you. Guys.
Come down to the market, grab a sandwich. Best sandwich you'll see.
Grab all your
in the market,
groceries.
for sure. Grab all your groceries.
Maybe a coffee.
a little
you go.
coffee.
Say hi.
For sure. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Take
Thank
care.
you so much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.